Listen, you can't be out here just playing with people's emotions. I keep telling people all the time that not everybody is going to react in the same way of being hurt and bamboozled and hoodwinked and made a fool of and laughed at behind their backs and being embarrassed and taken for a joke just because you want your kicks and jollies. This pastor found out the hard way. Now, Latoshia Daniels, the woman who killed her pastor, was recently sentenced to 20 years in prison. She was found guilty of the 2019 murder of her Memphis pastor, Brodes Perry. Brodes or Brodes Perry. Let's get into the story though. So, Latoshia Daniels, 46 years old. By the time she get out of prison, she'll be like 66, unless she's allowed to leave earlier. She has been sentenced to nearly 21 years in prison for the 2019 murder of her pastor, a Tennessee pastor, and the injury of his wife as well. Daniels received concurrent sentences, 20 years for second-degree murder and another for reckless endangerment, 20 years and 11 months. But the judge said they will run concurrent, which means consecutively means she would have served 40 plus years before eligible for parole. Consecutively means the two 20-year sentences will run side by side. So she will be doing both of them at the same time, which makes it only 20 years. The judge also concluded that Daniels acted intentionally, citing evidence that she actually purchased a firearm in Sherwood in Arkansas, and then she drove all the way to Memphis with this plan on her mind. I'm gonna kill his ass today. She met Pastor Brodes Perry and his wife at their Clearville apartments, and then she committed Perry's murder. The judge said, a broken heart does not justify someone dying. Well, during her sentencing hearing, Daniels apologized to her friends. She apologized to her family. She apologized to her colleagues. She also extended her apology to the family of Pastor Perry, the man who she killed, and his widow who she shot. But the widow survived, Tabitha. To Tabitha, she said, I am so sorry, Tabitha. I never meant to hurt you, and I pray that all of you guys will forgive me. Daniels expressed, according to news media houses who have covered the story. She said, I am godly sorry, and I know it doesn't take back what has happened, nor does it negate what has happened, but I want you to know that I am so sorry for the pain that I've caused you, she said. Mind you, she really didn't mean to shoot the wife. She was trying to shoot the husband, and I think the wife loved her husband so much, when she seen her husband getting shot, she jumped on her husband to cover him with her body and ended up getting shot too. Most people see you getting shot, they run away. Oh, you on your own, I'm up out of here. They trying to duck gunshots, hide behind something. Tabitha saw Pastor getting shot. As First Lady, I guess she was top flight first security too. She jumped in the way of a bullet for her husband, and she took one. She could have died, but she didn't. A jury had previously convicted Daniels of second-degree murder and reckless endangerment in November for fatally shooting Perry at his apartment in Clearville. You know what the crazy thing is? She drove to this man's apartment, and because his wife knew her from church, his wife let her in the house. And she said, oh, I was just in the area. I was just stopping by to, share a few words, read a Bible verse, sing 2 verses, praise the Lord, say a prayer, and keep it moving kind of thing. And the wife was so innocent. The wife over there talking about, come on in, sister. I'm surprised to see you. She never stopped to think, how the hell do you know where the hell I live at? But she let her in the house, and they were in the house, 2 women, I think she made her something to drink and a slice of cake. And they sat and they had conversations. Nothing about her husband. They talking about girl stuff. And then the pastor, who was not there at the time, showed up. Pastor opens the door to his house. It was said that his wife actually texted him and said, "Hey, honey, guess who's here? Sister Daniels from church." Now, you know that man, his heart must have went straight into his mouth, because he's like, oh shit, that's a holy shit. Holy shit, she in my house. Why is she in my house? Okay, I gotta hurry home now before she tells my wife anything. She don't sound like she know anything yet. So he hurries home, scurries to the house. He gets there. And when he gets there, he sees Sister Daniels with his wife in the house. And he like, damn, what the hell are you doing here? And she's like, well, you know, Pastor, I'm just passing through. I just thought I'd stop by and say a couple of good words, share a word with you. He said, all right. And they prayed and they, talked a bit. And then he said, okay, it's time for you to go. And as they were walking her out to her vehicle, she spun around and fired. Bah! They didn't see it coming. They didn't see it coming. His wife knew nothing about this affair. When his wife found out, she was in total shock. But she was sticking by her man. She was still willing to take a bullet for him, even after finding out. Well, at the moment when he was getting shot, she didn't know. And of course, she thought, this is crazy. Kill a church sister on the loose. And then, of course, later on it was revealed. And she was like, damn, so I've been deceived too, is what she said. After a 4-day trial, the jurors reached a verdict within hours. And although Daniels was initially indicted for first-degree murder, the jury chose to convict her of a lesser charge after considering her testimony. Given the weight of the situation, given the fact that pastor held power, especially in these places, he was the pastor of a huge congregation, and especially in these places like Tennessee. In the South, pastor of a huge church is usually somebody with a lot of motion. Daniels, who had alleged the affair with Pastor Perry, was found to have planned the attack that resulted in the pastor's injury and the injury to his wife, according to the arguments that were presented by the prosecutors during the trial. Now, before her sentencing, Daniels' son, DeAndre Davis, he spoke tearfully on his mother's behalf. She had her son up there pleading to the judge for some leniency for his mama. He said these words. He said, Mom, I don't ever think I've said this out loud. What hurts my heart the most, but fills it with so much admiration, is that the same time is knowing how much you were hurting emotionally while still choosing to be strong for everyone else. You showed up every day with a smile. Now, Daniel's defense team had requested a 13.5 years sentence, falling just below the expected sentencing range of 15 to 25 years. The judge came in hot. While we respect the judge's decision, we do disagree with it, says the attorneys who defended her. She killed a man. She killed a man because the man would not leave his wife for her. Now, pastor had led her on. She had hopes and dreams of being the first lady of a prominent pastor. That did not work out in her favor. She realized that pastor was never going to leave his wife. You were just that side chick. And then pastor told her, listen, what we are doing is wrong. We need to confess and we need to pray for forgiveness and we need to stop this. And he cut her off. And she couldn't take it. Arthur Horn, Another one of Daniels' defense attorneys said that we work in these courtrooms every day. We go to sentencings every day. And in my 26 years of practicing law, I have never had a client that has done so much work on herself, on working for other people, writing books for other families that are going through this. The prosecutor stated that the sentence was just and it aligned with his expectations. He also informed WREG and other news media houses that he has been in contact with the family, the victim's family. And he said that they appreciate the justice, but you can't make it not have happened, so they're doing as well as expected. Nothing could undo what has done. We are where we are now, and we got to keep living forward from here. The defense team has announced its intentions to appeal this verdict. I don't think they should. Defense attorney Horn said, I think she's a little bit in shock, and I think she's struggling with the idea that she's probably going to spend another decade or so in prison, but I think she also understands that, this happened for a reason. Well, you should have thought that Pastor breaking up with you happened for a reason too. But you didn't. Latoshia Daniels, you thought it was okay to kill this man, because you realized he wasn't going to leave his wife for you. You either remain side chick or you hit the road. And you chose to send him down the road. And now they sending you up the road. Boy, listen. Oh, what tangled web we weave when first we practice to deceive. Leave your comments in the comment section below. I'll catch you on the next video. I'm out. Peace.